Why did you choose this kind of cartoon?
I was just drawing since I was a kid. Sometimes not having any formal training is a good thing because then you're inventing your own ways of doing things. The truth is, it took many years. It was very difficult for many years, probably 10 years. And then eventually my books did well, and very slowly things began to turn around. I mean, getting involved in something like comics, it's a big risk, I think. And you have to persevere. You know, you have to keep going and trying and trying. Any art form entails a risk, but sometimes it's worth it.
Who or what inspires you?
It's mainly writers that inspire me, people like George Orwell or Hunter S. Thompson. But as far as artists go, there's a painter named Bruegel the Elder. It's like you look at his paintings and you understand how people lived in those times. And I realized in comics I want to do the same thing. I want people to see how people live in Gaza or in Bosnia or in some place like this.
Why did you want to do your story in the Middle East?
When I was a high school student, the only time I ever heard the word Palestinian, there was a bomb going off, a hijacking, something like that. And at some point I began to discover that my perception of what was going on was very simple, and I blamed, in a way, the American media. And then I just felt compelled to go see for myself. I had to do it. And once I have a thought like that in my head, I have to do it, or else I would call myself a coward. I thought, okay, if I go and see what's going on for myself, I'm not just going to go and be a voyeur. So because I was already doing comic books, I thought, well, I'll do comic books about my experiences there. So the research before is important, but it's when you're there that you really find out the story. It's the occupation of the people and how the civilians relate to the occupation that matters to me. I felt what was happening to the Palestinians was unjust, and that's why I go to a place like that.
Would you say for beginners?
You have to understand there are risks involved, but I think if you're interested in art, it's like you can't stop yourself. You have to do it, whatever the consequences.